You may never need to buy a new spray paint can again after you learn this little secret. Today I'm going to show you a very simple way to reuse an empty spray paint can, using a method almost anyone can do at home. It looks like trash right now, but with the right idea, this old can may still have one more useful job left in it. The final result may surprise you. Welcome back to Dan Fix. I'm Dan. Before doing anything, I always start by checking the can first. Make sure it is completely empty and fully depressurized. If the can is rusty dented, swollen leaking, or still holding pressure, do not drill it. Take it to proper disposal instead. First, we clean the spray system. Pour a small amount of acetone into a glass tray. I use acetone here because old paint can dry inside the nozzle and block the spray. Use pliers to pull the spray button off the top of the can, then drop it into the acetone. Scrub the tiny passages with a small brush. If we skip this cleaning step, the can may clog before the first spray test. Wipe the button dry with a paper towel, then clean the can, body, the spray valve stem, and the nozzle area. Acetone has strong vapor and catches fire very easily, so wear safety glasses and gloves, work in open air, and keep it away from flame sparks, cigarettes, grinders, hot tools, and electrical equipment. Next, we need a place for the air valve. I mark a spot near the top spray valve, but not too close to the weak curved edge. Then use a center punch to make a small dent on the mark. That little dent keeps the drill bit from sliding across the round metal surface. I never drill a sealed or pressurized can. For the first recycled tool, prepare an old plastic bottle. This bottle will help us make more than one tool today. Cut it near the upper section and keep the neck. Before using any flame, move far away from acetone and solvent vapor. Warm the bottle cap gently with a lighter, then push a pointed stick through the softened plastic to form a small funnel tip. Attach the cap back onto the bottleneck. Place this homemade funnel into the hole we drilled on the spray can. It looks simple, but I like this little tool because it gives us a cleaner way to pour acetone into the can body without spilling it everywhere. Pour a little acetone into the can. Shake gently, then pour the dirty liquid back out into a waste container. Repeat until the old paint residue inside looks much cleaner. Do not breathe the vapor, and do not pour used solvent down the drain. Next, prepare an old motorcycle valve. Remove the nut and take the valve core out. Hold the valve with pliers and cut off the lower rubber section so the metal valve can sit flatter against the hole in the spray can. Keep the threaded body, the nut, and the core. This valve will let us add air pressure later with a hand pump. Before fixing the valve, sand the area around the drilled hole. Remove the glossy paint and any dirt around the metal. I do this because a rough, clean surface gives the sealing mixture something to grip. If we leave the surface slick, the joint can peel away under pressure. For the sealing mixture, we use scrap foam. It sounds strange because foam looks weak, but foam can become useful when recycled the right way. What do you usually reuse scrap foam for at home? Cut the foam into small pieces. Add a small amount of paint remover into a glass bowl that will never be used for food. Drop the foam pieces in and stir. The reaction happens fast. The foam collapses because the plastic part dissolves and the trapped air escapes. Keep stirring until the mixture turns thick. Then add a little cement and mix again. The cement gives the paste more body so it can fill gaps around the valve. This is not factory glue, and I do not want to oversell it. It is a homemade sealing mixture for this controlled test, not for a high-pressure container you store long-term. Paint remover can be toxic, flammable, and harsh on skin, so use gloves, eye protection, ventilation, and keep it far away from fire. Set the motorcycle valve into the drilled hole. Spread the mixture around the joint between the valve and the can. Cover the whole connection evenly. Move slowly, and make sure no tiny gap remains. Then leave it alone until it hardens completely. I do not want to add pressure until the seal feels completely hard. While we wait, check that the valve stays straight. A crooked valve can pull on the seal later. The joint needs to feel firm before the pressure test. During this waiting time, we can build the second tool from the plastic bottle. Cut away the middle part of the bottle, and keep the bottom section as a small mixing cup. Screw another bottle cap onto the neck, then drill one hole through the center of that cap. Prepare a wooden stick and 2 zip ties. Fasten the zip ties to the stick, then trim them shorter so they become small mixing arms. Slide the stick through the hole in the cap. When this connects to a hand drill, the stick and zip ties become a simple paint mixer. Use low speed only. High speed can splash paint and solvent everywhere. Keep the cap on while mixing and never mix near flame or sparks. Have you ever mixed your own paint color instead of buying a new spray can? Add your favorite oil-based paint into the mixing cup. I only add a small amount of acetone at first because we can always thin the paint more later. Close the cap and mix with the drill at low speed. The paint needs to be thin enough to spray through the nozzle, but not so thin that the color becomes weak. If the paint stays too thick, the spray button can clog. After mixing, change the bottle cap, and the same recycled bottle can switch from a mixing tool to a pouring tool. That is the nice part of this simple design. One piece of waste gives us more than one use. After the waiting time, the valve joint has hardened. Before filling the can, I check it carefully. Press gently around the seal. If it cracks or feels loose, stop here. If it feels solid, pour the mixed paint into the spray can through the funnel. Reinstall the valve core. Use a hand pump to add air slowly. I only pump a little air at a time. Do not overpressurize the can. Add a little air stop and check for leaks. A good trick is to brush soapy water around the valve. If bubbles appear, release the pressure and fix the leak before going any further. Once the joint holds pressure point, the nozzle at a test surface and spray. Look at that pattern. The spray comes out strong and even. That means the nozzle is clean, the paint is thin enough, the valve is holding pressure, and the old can has one more useful job. After the test, I released the pressure. I would not store a homemade can like this while it is pressurized or full of solvent. With this refillable test can we can use small amounts of oil-based paint and acetone for quick color jobs without buying a separate spray can for every small project. But use it carefully. Do not store it in heat, do not leave it in the sun, and do not use damaged cans. Tell me what country you're watching from. I'd love to learn how people in your part of the world reuse old spray cans or paint tools. If you found this useful, hit like, subscribe to Dan Fix, and tell me what empty container we should turn into a useful tool next.